Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be reviewing the Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road Premium with the hybrid. I think this is probably one of the best packages you can get in the Tacoma. We'll explain in today's video. Before we get into this video, huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Toyota here in Murray for giving me some time with this Tacoma. Link to their website in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbo 2.4 liter 4-cylinder hybrid that goes through an 8-speed. Fuel economy is 22 around town, 24 on the highway, with power outputs being 326 horsepower and then 465 pound-feet of torque. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now this has the standard Tacoma hood. You can see it's raised there on either side, but what's not so standard is the iForce Max badge. Now down below, really cool headlight design. You got the little kind of like drip appearance below the headlights. It's fake venting, but kind of looks like a teardrop almost. Anyways, you got the normal Toyota grille, and by the way, you can actually easily change this grille to like the Toyota grille with the Toyota logo. Not this logo, but like the words, the Heritage logo. Anyways, fog lights here at the bottom. You do have an air dam from the factory. You can very easily remove that, so no complaints. Plastic, take it off. Anyways, there's the front end. Tire and wheel setup is 265 by 70 by 18, and you can see the silver finish with this, blacked out in the center with the TRD logo. And then I love the big chunky fender flares here. Now you've got the Bilstein shocks with this independent front suspension. Tacoma logo there on the side, and then of course TRD off-road out back. And then again, you've got another Bilstein shock in the rear. And then this is the kind of like standard setup, so it's the normal sized bed, it's not the long bed, and then it's got the full size cab. This is what most people buy when they buy a Tacoma. Now this leads us to the key fob. You've got the Toyota logo there front and center. You've got your lock and unlock, lowering for the tailgate, and as you can see inside here, so you've got little, here I'll open this up so you can see all charging ports in there, which is kind of cool in the bed. LED lights, composite bed with this. We also have an outlet in the bed as well. This one doesn't have the liner, so it is kind of slick. It's one downside about composite, and that's one reason why you have to get liner and composite, not to protect it, but to make it so it is not as slick. It's power up as well, so you can just knock it with your knee. And you can see with the double taillight design there, iForce Max in the rear, got the regular little exhaust tip poking out the bottom. There's the rest of the rear. Now taking a look at the door panel in the rear, even with the premium, it's still hard touch plastic there on the back, which I find interesting. But you got the TRD logo, and then the seats, this is the nice part. You can see nice trim all down the center, and here's kind of a closer look. They got this little design inside the perforations. Now there's not an insane amount of legroom. It is a mid-size pickup truck at the end of the day, but it's usable, especially for kids. And then you got some cup holders. There's a better look at that. USB ports and everything down below. And then headroom, again, pretty typical for mid-size pickup truck, so good enough for a kid, can also fit an adult. This leads us up front where we do have soft touch here, TRD logo. See all of the window controls, the mirrors for the adjustment for them at least. Blind spot monitoring. 1,200 pounds of payload capacity with this. And then here's the front seat again, really nice trim. Power adjustments on the side, you got lumbar support. Steering wheel adjustments manual. Got all your auxiliary switches, so if you want to add extra items to it. And then this is kind of cool with that trim. Now popping the Tacoma on. Boom. So take a look at the steering wheel. It's pretty rugged looking if you ask me. I like this trim here at the top, and then you can see it perforated on either side. Bunch of practical controls on the front, including adaptive cruise control with lane centering, controls for the center stack. You got your volume and voice command controls as well, and then regular stocks here in the back. So we got this digital gauge cluster here in the center, which we can use to see the drive mode. It's got a cool little animation. You can also customize the info that's displayed. Sorry, it'll take a second for that to go away. Toyota has like slow load speeds, but you can change the info that's displayed within this, which is also a nice function. And if we hold down OK, you can change the center. Now settings tab is pretty important in my opinion. This also lets you change, oops. Oh yeah, we can go in through the bottom section. You can also change what this looks like. So if we go to meter style, right now we're in tough, you can go to sporty, And if you have a Toyota with a digital gauge cluster, you can do this. But yeah, with the trucks, they just have it as tough as the standard. I mean, it makes sense, right, for what this is. 360 camera system, really good resolution. You also have the off-road view as well. And then you can change different viewpoints on it. Great resolution. As for the rest of the infotainment system, it's just Toyota's modern system, but blown up. So you've got giant buttons on the side. The biggest benefit is the camera view with it. Anyways, Tacoma there, and you've got the little glove box down below. And then with the premium, heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, dual zone climate. You also have a wireless phone charging pad, shifter there with the TRD logo. And then you can see here with the auto hold and parking brake. Multi-terrain select with your crawl control, tow haul mode. Still traditional two-wheel drive 2-speed transfer case. That's for the camera, your rear locking diff, cup holders, center console. Nice trim on the top. You have a camera, rear view mirror, power sliding rear window. Just one touch button there to open it up. And it is just a split glass window. And then a center up top too. Got a little manual shade for that. Here's a quick look at our window sticker. Again, this is a hybrid premium. The premium package, by the way, with iForce and everything, is $85.40. So, yeah, gotta pay premium for the premium and the engine. $57,050 is the total MSRP. See how it performs. TRD off-road premium with the hybrid. Pretty cool packaging. Been hard to find one of these for quite some time because the hybrids, at least here in Utah, they sell like hotcakes. You can see there's a lot of Tacomas, but those are all non-hybrids. I think this is the only, might be the only hybrid they've got on the lot right now that's not already sold. And I bet by the time I make it home today, this will be sold. And time will tell, right? First off, you've got plenty of low-end torque with the hybrid, which I think is what you want in a pickup truck, right? So you don't have to get, I mean, you're still gonna dig into the throttle a bit, but you know, you don't have to dig into it as much when you've got tons and tons of low-end torque. Now, aside from the torque with this, seats are comfortable in the premium. You've got the nice Softex seats, which Softex is one of the few non-leather leathers that I actually really like because it's got, I don't know, it feels premium enough. And yeah, it's just a comfortable experience overall. Having the heated ventilated function is nice. Yeah, great torque out of this. You get little turbo blow-off noises. Kind of fun. Yeah, the top end kind of tapers off a bit because it is still a 4-cylinder at the end of the day. But all things considered, it's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Now the suspension with this is kind of more for like long-term durability with on-road and off-road use. That's what those Bilstein shocks are for. They will last for a very long time, but you know, performance-wise, not gonna be quite as comfortable as a fancier shock like a, you know, remote reservoir shock, for example. And you got to ask yourself, do I care about durability or performance? So, kind of putting it all together, I think this thing is pretty fun. And I think it's a great package on the Tacoma. You know, $57K is a lot of money, but you're getting the hybrid, you get all the off-road capability, and you get all the luxury. This has everything that you'd want. And this new generation Tacoma, what you have to understand is, a TRD off-road with the new gen is more capable than a previous gen TRD Pro when it comes to off-road capability. You can fit much bigger tires on this. The new multi-terrain select. Traction control system is significantly better than the previous system. And so, yeah, if you want all the luxury and the power and everything, then this is kind of like the best way to go without going up even higher in price.